for an adventure, Bill?
It sure is, Corky.
Where will we start it?
Let's start in the kitchen.
What's the adventure called?
It's called honey sandwiches.
That's strange, Bill. Sounds like thunder.
Not thunder, Corky. That's my tummy.
What's wrong, Bill?
My tummy is telling me it's breakfast time.
What have we got, Bill?
There's bread.
And honey.
Great. We can have honey sandwiches for breakfast.
First lay out the slices, Bill.
Then spread on the honey. Paint me pink, Corky. We're clean out of honey.
We must have eaten it all, Bill.
We need some more.
But from where?
Bees make honey, Corky,
That's right. They collect nectar from flowers,
and take it back to their beehive to make honey.
and we get the honey from their hive.
But only a little, Corky. So there's always honey left for the bees.
But who do we know with the beehive, Bill?
I know who. Follow me, Corky.
I'm right behind you.
Have a guess where we're going.
Let me look for clues, Bill. I see an apple tree.
With some big, delicious-looking apples.
I see a peach tree.
And look at those juicy peaches. They're beauties.
And I see a plum tree.
Full of tasty, well, the tree should be full of tasty plums. But there's hardly any plums on it.
I know where we are, Bill. This is Farmer Sam's place.
Spot on, Corky. Now we only have to find him.
Would that be him, Bill?
He's a little small for Farmer Sam.
And I don't think Farmer Sam is so furry.
Or has a little tail, Corky.
It's Wag the puppy.
Hello, Wag.
Do you know where Farmer Sam is?
I think he wants us to follow him.
Wag is leading us to that farm shed, Bill.
Would Farmer Sam be there?
Let's hope so.
Hold on, Corky. I think I can see him now.
You're right, Bill. That is him. That's Farmer Sam.
Good morning, Farmer Sam.
Good morning, Bill and Corky.
How are you today?
Very well, thank you, but also very busy. I've been picking and packing plums all morning. I'm taking my plums into town to sell at the market.
Oh, so that's why there aren't any plums on your plum tree.
That's right.
You sure got a lot of plums to sell, Sam.
Too many. I can't fit them all on my trailer. These ones are spare. Would you like them?
That'd be great.
Thanks, Sam.
Plums and honey sandwiches. What a breakfast.
But, Bill, remember, we're out of honey.
Paint me pink. I almost forgot why we're here.
Farmer Sam, we were wondering if we could have a little honey from your beehive.
Of course you can. Just talk to my good friend who looks after it.
Who's that?
I think you know who he is.
He does look familiar.
He's a good friend of ours, too.
A good friend made of straw.
Sandy the Scarecrow.
Bill, Corky, hello.
Hello, Sandy.
Sandy, I've got to go, so I'm leaving you to look after Bill and Corky. No problem, Sam. And keep an eye on Wag too, please.
We'll look after him, Sam. It'll be our pleasure.
Bye, everyone. Bill, Corky, did I hear you say you wanted some honey?
You got it, Sandy.
Then come with me. I collect the honey for Farmer Sam and put it in a large drum in the shed.
You've got to be careful, Sandy. Bees can sting.
Only if you upset them, and I always try not to upset them, because the bees are my friends.
What's that?
Is he your friend too, Sandy?
I don't think I know him.
He's very big.
And very fierce.
I've never seen such a person.
He's not a person, Sandy.
Then who is it?
It's the Great GRUMPY Grizzly.
got the drum of honey.
And he's taking it away. Don't wag. Don't follow the Great Grumpy Grizzly.
Come back, Wag.
Oh dear, what do we do?
We've got to stop Wag.
And get the honey back.
After that Grumpy Grizzly.
Which way do you think he'll go, Bill?
I think he's heading for the river.
I didn't know bears could swim.
He won't need to swim, Corky. Look,
What's that?
a raft. And I think the Great Grumpy Grizzly's going to get on it. He's getting away.
But where's Wag?
I see him.
Wag! Wag, come back!
The grizzly's heading towards the woods.
And Wag's following him.
That puppy is going to get himself into a lot of trouble.
Not if we can rescue him, Sandy.
We'll have to swim across the river.
But I can't swim. My straw will get all wet and soggy.
It's all right, Sandy. We'll get you across.
And you won't get wet at all.
Are you sure this will work?
You bet. Get ready, everyone. I'll hold on first.
And I'll hold on to you, Corky.
And I'll hold on to you, Bill.
And away we
Go!
Where are we heading, Corky?
It's a place with a lot of trees.
And it's very dark.
It looks like the deep, dark wood.
How are we going to find the Great Grumpy Grizzly in this wood?
Look. There's a trail of drops.
It's honey.
It must be leaking from the honey drum.
Where the honey drum is, the Great Grumpy Grizzly will be.
And where he would be, Wag would be.
Follow those drops.
I can see where the honey trail is leading, Bill.
So can I, Corky.
It looks like a cave.
Not just any cave, Sandy.
But the cave of the Great Grumpy Grizzly.
What do we do now?
The cave looks very dark. Do we have to go in there?
Let's just take a peek.
Can you see the grizzly, Bill?
No sign of him at all.
He doesn't look happy to see us.
What are we going to do?
What happened to the Great Grumpy Grizzly?
I think Wag gave him a fright.
Wag gave everyone a fright.
But where did the Great Grumpy Grizzly go?
What's that sound?
It's coming from over there. It's the Great Grumpy Grizzly.
He looks very sad.
And not grumpy at all.
What's the matter, Mr. Grizzly?
Did you hear that, Bill?
I did, Corky.
The poor grumpy grizzly is hungry.
I know how he feels.
We've got to help him, Bill.
I've got an idea, Corky. Mr. Grizzly, you've been very naughty stealing Farmer Sam's honey.
But we know you only did it because you were hungry.
If we found you something else to eat, would you promise to be good?
And you'll never take the honey again?
Then it's agreed.
But where's the honey drum?
Over there.
It's still in one piece, and there's still plenty of honey in it.
Let's get you some breakfast now, Mr. Grizzly.
And you too, Bill.
Breakfast for everybody. The honey drum is back where it belongs.
Good work, Great Grumpy Grizzly.
Now let's get you something to eat. There you are, Mr. Grizzly.
You can have as many of our plums as you like.
Now the bees and the Great Grumpy Grizzly are happy.
And it's time for us to be happy by getting some honey.
And having honey sandwiches for breakfast. It's such a beautiful day, Bill. We should have breakfast outside.
Great idea, Corky. Actually, it's so late now that it'll be breakfast and lunch together.
I've cleaned up the garden table and chairs.
And I've laid out the plates and brought the bread.
Now, all we have to do is sit down and eat. Have you got the honey?
You bet.
That's the most delicious looking honey I've ever seen.
I can't wait to start eating it.
Let's spread it on.
Farmer Sam's bees did a top job when they made this honey.
A super top job. You know what, Bill? This honey will be the best honey we've ever eaten.
How come, Corky?
Because we've worked so hard to get it. And when you work hard for something, it's always that much nicer.
Well, you're right, Corky. You're right.
Bottle-top Bill and his best friend Corky. See you again. Goodbye.